You can shape your paragraph to put the chunks of information in an order that is logical and emphasizes the points you want a reader to remember. You make each idea memorable by putting the right information in the beginning, middle, and end. Readers pay attention to beginnings and ends of things, and they lose attention or patience in the middle of a section, paragraph, even a sentence. Take advantage of the reader's natural inclination and put important information where you know your reader will look for it, at the beginning and the end. This isn't cheating or manipulating your reader. You are merely responding to every reader's natural instincts. Use those instincts to bring home your points with minimal effort for the reader. In each paragraph, examine the topic sentence. It should be the first or second sentence of the paragraph. The topic sentence should tell readers what's coming up and why they are reading about it. Use your topic sentence to orient your readers to the paragraph's context and to deliver your controlling idea. Don't waste your first sentence on non-essential information. If you started a paragraph in the Feld Advice Letter with, 15 years ago, the legislature passed important legislation protecting tenants, including those tenants who had pets, the reader asks, so what? Don't waste your first sentence repeating information you just gave in the heading. Tell the reader something new that develops the idea in the heading. Repetition just creates clutter. If you write, in A versus B, the first case to deal with the issue of protection of an individual's privacy, Justice Chow stated blah, 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 you've just lost the reader who is asking themselves, why am I reading about this case and what this judge said? It is rare that a good topic sentence starts with something like, in Gordon versus Miller, the court said the contract can be enforced because any consideration is sufficient. Instead, flip it. Start with your point and tell the reader how the law supports it. Contracts will be enforced where there is valid consideration. In Gordon versus Miller, the court reviewed the token consideration of $2 and concluded that any amount the parties agreed to is sufficient. Keep the reader focused by making sure the middle sentences develop your idea and do not stray into new topics. Because readers naturally remember best what comes last, use the last sentence to synthesize or emphasize the paragraph's idea. The reader then leaves the paragraph with your point firmly in mind. Use the end position to tell readers something you want them to remember as they head into the next paragraph. Do you want to emphasize the key point, a synthesis, or the conclusion? Don't waste the paragraph's final sentence. Don't place trivial information there. It's too important a position. You will create an imposter that confuses the reader into thinking, this is something the writer wants me to take note of, when it was not a point you wanted to emphasize at all. Don't point to the next paragraph's topic. How often have you seen a paragraph end like this? Next, I discuss whether the consideration was delivered. This technique is common in academic writing, but it is not an effective use of the stress position in legal writing. Don't just repeat the topic sentence. Repetition does not make the point more firmly. I'll say that again. Repetition does not make the point more firmly, at least in writing. Repetition just bores the reader.